Hi guys, welcome to Janie Becomes a Counselor. Guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be episode 3 of Janie Becomes a Counselor. Thank you for everyone who has been continuously watching my episodes. I really do appreciate it. Excited for anybody who is new to our channel. Just basically this channel is just pretty much me just going on this weird ride of becoming a counselor. I'm super excited about it, but you know, when I first started the videos, I did say I wanted to show both the good and the bad during this journey, and I'm kind of in a weird state right now. Like, I'm in a weird state with like my internship. It's not exactly how I thought it was going to be, and it's just really kind of put a damper on my mood. But I'm very hopeful that it will get better with time, and you know, it's starting to turn around a little bit, so I'm trying to get there. But I just kind of wanted to focus this episode on what I've been dealing with lately and where I'm at mentally along my own journey right now. And you know, recently I've been feeling very, very anxious. I've had a lot of anxiety. It's actually prompted me to want to go back to counseling, just because I'm trying to get a handle on like what works for my anxiety and what I need to feel better. And right now, what I'm doing is not exactly working the best, and I just need a little bit more. I think therapy, going back to therapy, would help it a lot more. So I'm gonna start doing that again, hopefully here soon, so that I can kind of get a rein of what's happening. Um, and you know, I know a lot of people deal with anxiety. It's everybody at some point in their life is gonna be anxious about something and feel this immense amount of worry and fear, and it's just those unknown situations that kind of really, that's what really fuels my anxiety. But like with any disorder or any types of feelings that you're feeling, it's going to be different from somebody else. You know, my anxiety is going to be your anxiety. Your anxiety is not going to be my anxiety. Everybody experiences it super differently here. And so basically, like personally, with my anxiety, I think it stems. I feel like everything that happens to me always stems back to I have this need to be perfect. I have this desire, this perfectionism is like honed into my brain. I'm still trying to figure out where it started and where it came from, where I felt that I needed to be perfect all the time. But I think that's whenever I start to feel certain things, it all stems back to that of I want things to be perfect. I want things to go as planned. I'm very much a planner. I don't like I like to try new things, but I also like to know about it ahead of time so I can kind of prepare for anything that might happen. And that just stems from I just like to everything to be very detailed, organized, very perfect in a sense. And it's really hard to I wouldn't say like I'm OCD or anything like that, but it's definitely like certain things I just like it to go as planned. I like to plan things out. I'm very much, my friends, my family, my boyfriend all know that I love structure, and that just stems from that perfectionism that I want everything to be perfect in a sense. And with that, it's a struggle though, because you know not everything's going to go as planned and not everything is always going to be perfect. And I know that, I very much know that, like in my mind I know that everything cannot be perfect 24/7 all the time. Very aware of that. But for some reason I don't know, I just can't. It's just something that's been in my brain for so long that it's so hard for me to like just dissociated it and just get it out of my brain. It's very hard for me to do. But it's something that I've been working on ever since I started grad school, because I realized that it does really interfere with my life a lot. Trying to strive for perfectionism, and it creates these unrealistic goals, and it just is, it's not something that I want to keep doing. And so I have been trying to work on that ever since I started grad school. But I feel it creeping up again. There was a time where I was doing really good with it. Not everything had to be perfect, but it is creeping back up again. And I think it stems from the fact that, like, right now my internship isn't what I thought it was going to be, and everything's not lining up to what I envisioned starting this part of my counseling journey. So I think that's why it's creeping back up in my mind. So just basically, like, with my anxiety that I've been dealing with, like the common type of symptoms that I feel when I'm feeling super anxious is like my heart starts racing, my stomach starts to churn. I literally just like do not feel good at all, and my thoughts start to race, and it's kind of like circular thinking, like there's no solution in sight. It's just kind of thinking about the same thing over and over again. And I've always had that in a sense from the beginning when I started to feel like anxiety, but recently it's just become like 10 times more than that. Like, I'm literally making myself feel physically ill when I'm super anxious now, and that's just when I know that's time to go back to counseling and figure out what's going on. And I think that's important for any type of feelings that you're having. Certain things are normal, it's normal to feel anxiety every now and then. It's just always noticing that shift when it's going to the next level. That's usually when I suggest, that it's time to get a second opinion on it, time to, maybe you got to step out of your body and have somebody see it from another perspective for you. And that's where I'm at, and that's why I want to go back to therapy, just because my usual little tips and tricks of the trade for handling anxiety is just not helping me at this moment. And so I think that goes along with my theme for the message of the month, which is validating your feelings and understanding them and giving them the respect that they deserve. And know that when you're feeling that way, it's okay to reach out, to want to seek help and services for those, because those feelings deserve to be dived into, investigated, and figured out more. I kind of want to end this video with one of my favorite grounding techniques, which I share with almost anyone who ever asks me what's a good way to calm down. And it's really simple and really quick. It's called the 5 senses. So essentially in this exercise, you're really focusing on your breathing. I usually suggest closing your eyes so that you can just really focus on your breathing, and slowing it down. And the really great thing about when you want to calm down, you really want to focus on breathing from your stomach and then less from your chest, just really feeling it in your stomach. So I always suggest putting a hand on your stomach, hand on your chest, so you can really feel where your breath is coming from. So you're focusing on your breathing with the 5 senses. You just really count down from 5 and go through your senses. So I usually start with 5 things that you can see in the room around you, because that's like the easiest thing that you can do multiple for. And you're still focusing on your breathing and taking some deep breaths. Name those 5 things, and then once that's over, you go down to 4 things that you can see in the room around you. Still focusing on your breathing and trying to slow it down. And then you transfer down to 3 things that you can hear in the room around you. And still focusing on your breathing and calming down. And then you go down to 2 things that you can taste. Focusing on your breathing and calming down. And then the last thing is 1 thing that you can smell. And usually with that's like a really quick, easy way to just get yourself back into a state of just internal zen for a second. Like, I'm okay, I know where I am, I can feel what is around me, I can see it. And that's usually the best thing to help calm you down in a just really quick, easy way. And usually that is something that I love to do. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you follow me on Instagram at Janie Becomes a Counselor.